welcome to PALCSology, a podcast on PALCS or Pennsylvania Leadership Charter School. And these episodes meet your classmates, teachers, and staff and other people who make PALCS possible. We'll touch base on events happening, play lots of games, and answer your questions. We're here to give straight talk on PALCS School. I'm Logue and I'll be your host for these conversations. Today we're dedicating this podcast to all of you, the listeners who make this a podcast and not just me talking to myself. Today, we'll talk to staff member Principal Logue. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so here we're with Principal Logue, who is the principal of the high school here at PALCS. And we have a couple questions and a game of trivia that we're going to play.
Awesome.
So the first question is obviously, what is your name?
Hi, everyone. My name is Mr. Logue, and I am the high school principal at Pennsylvania Leadership Charter School.
All right, and how long have you been part of PALCS?
I've been with PALCS Lily Mae since 2011. I started out as a social studies teacher, and then I went and got my graduate degree in educational leadership and served as the high school assistant principal for a year and a half before taking on the role as the high school principal.
Wow, that's impressive. And what is your favorite part of PALCS?
Oh, that's a great question. I could probably write a few chapters in a book about my favorite part of PALCS, being a teacher, assistant principal, principal at PALCS. But I would say it's doing things like this. And like you saw earlier in the morning, the faculty meeting with teachers, I really enjoy getting to know students, getting to know their stories, learning about what they are interested in, what sparks them, so to speak. I love working with teachers and having, really awesome conversations, not just about work-related stuff like curriculum and assessments and instructional strategies, but just getting to know students, getting to know their families. Teachers and students, getting to know their families, getting to learn about their kids and what they like to do in their free time and for their hobbies. So I really enjoy the relationships that I get to make with a lot of different people, including parents as well.
I agree. And then how has your experience changed with COVID at PALCS?
Yeah, so that's another really good question. In terms of how my experience has changed, it really hasn't changed a whole lot when it comes to work and serving as principal. And I think that's really one of the cool things about going to a cyber charter school. While we're a public school, so we have to abide by all the state mandates. And so when COVID hit, we had to basically, close, right? We closed school because Governor Wolf, in response to the pandemic and response to COVID, schools closed in the spring of 2019, right? So we had to follow all the mandates from the state. So I would say a really big change for me is our teachers normally come into the office, 5 days a week. And so all of our teachers for the past year and a half have been working from home. Most teachers had been working from home. So that's been an experience that's changed. Like we've done a lot of, we were doing a lot of things virtually to begin with, right? Because we're a virtual school, but we were doing everything virtually. From meeting with teachers, our faculty meetings, different events. And so we really had to adjust to that. And so that was an experience that really, I think, shaped us as a result of COVID. And one last thing, a lot of our students, right, their parents and their guardians and their home facilitators were also working from home, right? So there was that dynamic too of helping students navigate, what it's like, working from home when their entire family is also working from home. So we had things like, our internet bandwidth is we're struggling because we have 3 or 4 more people using the internet, and so things are slow, and pages are taking forever to load, or it's I'm having a hard time finding a quiet space. And again, that's really nobody's fault. That was just a byproduct of the pandemic and of COVID. So I would say those were a couple things that changed as a result of COVID. Yeah, so hopefully that answers that question.
I think, yeah, I definitely agree with the last part. Yeah, it's a lot like,
Right.
yeah. And then, is there anything you would mind or tell a new or returning student, like any words of wisdom?
Yeah, my wisdom, my encouragement to students is to really invest in the opportunities that we offer at PALCS, right? And you know this because you're involved in quite a few student activities, clubs, student government. We really do offer a lot of opportunities for students to socialize, to get engaged, to meet other students, to really make PALCS a community. And as you know, in my weekly emails to students, I'm all about community. And I know that that can be a little tough sometimes when we're spread throughout the state of Pennsylvania. We have students in all corners, nooks and crannies of the state. And so sometimes it's really a challenge to create a culture, a school culture, and a school community. But we can do it. And I really believe that we can do it. And one of the ways we do that is through obviously our virtual lessons and attending those live virtual lessons so that you can meet other students and build relationships with teachers, our student activities. And when we, hopefully, when we're able to do this a little more, our field trips, our on-site events, our international trips, we're always looking to find opportunities for students to meet one another, to take on leadership responsibilities like student government, and to get to know their teachers. And so that would be my encouragement to returning students and to new students. Take advantage of the opportunities we offer because we really want to get to know you. Another one would be, and again, I know this is a tough one, but another one would be turning cameras on. Again, I know that some students, and I totally respect it, and I understand some students don't want to turn their cameras on, but it really does help if you could turn your cameras on so that we can see you, right? And that's part of getting to know students, and for students to get to know teachers is by having cameras turned on. We currently don't have a policy that mandates cameras that are turned on. We want to give students that choice and flexibility, but I highly, highly encourage it. So those would be some of my encouragements to students.
All right, and that's the last question. So now we're going to
Okay.
move on to the trivia game. So
the game.
I
I'm
have
scared.
10
I'm
questions.
nervous.
I have 10 questions about PALCS that I got off the PALCS like front page when you look at PALCS.
Oh
and
my god, the website, the PALCS
yes.
website. Okay, all right.
So we did your research.
So you I spend a lot more time on PALCS School, Lily Mae, than I do on PALCS.org. But PALCS.org it's a great site with a lot of great information, so I will do my best.
All right. So you have 20 seconds to answer each question.
Okay.
So you're not allowed to change your answer once you lock in your final answer. Also, no cheating and going to the actual page to find the answer.
Are these multiple choice?
Some of them are, some of them are not.
Okay, good.
Okay. And then you can ask for one hint on one of the questions.
Okay.
And then depending on your score, there are ranks. So if you get a 6 out of 10, you can pass and continue being the principal. If you get a 7 out of 10, you're allowed to be the silver principal. If you get an 8 out of 10, you get to be the gold principal. 9 out of 10 makes you the elite principal. And a 10 out of 10 makes you the esteemed principal.
Oh, so my goodness.
So no pressure. So
I'm really, to be honest, I'm really feeling the pressure here because if all right, let's go for it.
All right, so this one's pretty easy. You should know this, hopefully. What is the rank of PALCS and PA for online schooling?
We're number 1.
We are. All right, so you got 1 point. You got
yes.
that one. All right.
And may I add, according to niche.com, right?
I don't know about that. I didn't look at that
one. Okay.
I don't know. All right, and then how many years has PALCS been ranked number 1?
How many years have we been ranked number 1? Oh man, I don't know this question. Can I have? I think I'm going to use my lifeline early.
You're gonna use it this early? You still
I'm gonna
have
use it this early.
9 other questions.
Do the questions get harder?
They do.
I feel like this should be a multiple choice question.
I thought that was too easy.
Okay. Let's say we've been around. I think we were founded in 2004. I'm going to say 17 years.
Has been ranked number 1.
Sure, we're ranked number 1 every single year since we've been in existence. Okay. I take that as that's probably not the right answer.
I don't know if that's changing your answer. Does that count as changing your answer? I think that was your final answer.
It was kind of tongue in cheek because they probably didn't have ratings in like the early to mid 2000s. I'm not sure when they started doing the ratings. I'm just going to use a nice round prime number, a round prime number. Do you like that? Like that makes no sense. I don't think prime numbers can be round, but let's go with 5 years.
All right, you're wrong, but just by a couple years. So
Okay.
It's between like 3 and 4 years. So not quite 4, but
Okay.
like 3 plus. So unfortunately, you did not get that point.
Oh, wow. I'm losing my grip on stellar principle or gold star principle. Okay.
All right, and then this one's another tricky one. I'm not sure if you know this, but I know it. But okay, what is the PALCS phone number for the Westchester office?
Oh, I know this one.
Okay.
610-701-3333.
Yes, you are correct. I wasn't sure if you'd know that because I wasn't sure if you like memorized the phone number or anything. All right, that is correct. So you have 2 out of 3 so far. Okay, and then here's another pretty easy one.
Okay.
How many schools are affiliated with PALCS?
How many schools are affiliated with PALCS? Like, you mean like colleges and universities?
No. Like USP, like those kind of
Oh,
schools.
okay.
Yeah.
So how many schools? So that I know of, there are 2, USP and CPFA.
Okay.
Are there others?
Well, including PALCS.
Oh, including PALCS, so 3.
Well, I was going to say the professional studies program counts as one.
Oh, yeah, that's more a program within PALCS though. But I could totally see how you would think that.
Okay, we'll give you a half point because that wasn't
Okay.
my answer because that's what
Okay.
it said on the page. So I don't know. All right, and then here's a multiple choice question. So this one's pretty hard. Okay, so about how many students out of the 4,500 plus students make the honor roll? 1,304, 1,403, 2,546, or 998?
C.
2,546?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Oh no.
Only about 1,304 students make honor roll. I feel like that should be a little higher.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking like in the 2000s.
Yeah, not even
But
half
that's
the
okay.
students. Well,
That's all right. I have I'm a very positive, you know this, I'm a very positive kind of glass half full kind of person.
Okay, here's another one. Okay,
Okay.
so about how many courses are offered in PALCS in total? 367, 368, 423, or 196?
Are you talking K through 12?
Yes.
Or just the high school?
K through 12.
And could you just say the numbers one more time?
367, 368, 423, or 196?
I'm going to go with B.
You are correct. It is 368 classes.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen that number somewhere.
All right. And then you already kind of answered this one at the beginning, but you get bonus points if you know the exact date.
Okay.
So what year did PALC start? You already said 2004. So do you
Right.
know what date it was?
I do not off the top of my head, but I can take a guess. Let's go September 4th of 2004.
You're fairly close. It was September 13th of 2004.
Oh, okay. I know it was somewhere in there.
Right month, wrong day.
Do I get a half a point?
You're off by a lot. You off by like 11 days.
But I got the month right.
Yeah, but that's the beginning of school, so you should have gotten the month right.
September 13th. That is a late start date. If you look at school calendars across the state of Pennsylvania, they usually start at the end of August or the first few days of September. Man, what was PALCS thinking back then?
I don't know. Maybe we could start then too. We should start studying back.
Bring it back. We're going to bring back the September 13th start date.
Yes. All right. There's 3 more questions. How many faculty members are there at PALCS in total from K through 12? 213, 302, 156, or 214?
214. Actually, I think it's a little higher than that actually now.
Probably, yeah. I don't know when the page was updated. You got another point there. And then, how many students have graduated from PALCS? 4,563, 3,365, 2,126, or 3,366?
Lily, can I, what question are we on?
You're on question 9.
9. Can I use a hint for this one?
You can. What do you want? You can ask a question.
I have to ask for the hint too. Can you eliminate 2 responses?
I can eliminate 1. I'm not going to eliminate 2 because that leaves you with
you have to ask. Hey, you have to ask in order to know. Can you eliminate 1?
It is not 336. It's not 3,366.
Okay, so that was the last one, yes. Right? Could you just quickly repeat the A, B, and C again?
So 4,463, 3,365, or 2,126.
Okay, I'm going to do some math here. So 300 times 10 is what? 3,000. 3,000 and then times, that's 3,210. That's if the average was 3, if the graduating class was on average 3,210 students. It's probably right around there. Again, sorry, one more time, the A, B, and C.
4,563, 3,365, or 2,126.
I'm going to go with B.
All right, you are correct.
Yes, did you like that math? Oh my goodness.
You get that point. And then the last question is, what is the average SAT score? 1,136, 1,945, 1,130, or 1,232?
C, 1,130.
All right, you're off by 6. It was 1,136.
Oh, I get a half a point. I was close. I knew it. No, it's all right.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Let me tell you your score.
That was fun. Those were really good questions.
Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got 6 correct.
I'm a good principal, right? Is that good?
That means you just passed. You're still able to
just passed.
They will have you on again, and you'll have a chance to redeem yourself and become something.
I hope that I do get the chance to redeem myself.
You will. We'll have you on another episode, and you can hopefully become esteemed or elite.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Principal Logue, for letting me interview you and talking on PALCSology. We learned so much. Can't wait to have you back to return your title as esteemed principal. Remember to stay positive, but not with COVID.